Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Ollie. Welcome to the next tutorial in this series of Java for Beginners. In this tutorial, we're going to carry on straight from the previous one, so watch that if you haven't already. This is a lesson more on Boolean logic, and we're going to look at the and or functions. So if I declare a couple of variables, int a equals 10, int b equals 20, we know that we can declare a Boolean variable called test, and then make it equal to a is less than b. And this test here is a logical test. This statement will always come out with a true or a false, and therefore we can assign it to a Boolean variable. So what if we wanted to test multiple conditions in one Boolean? So say I had another variable called c equal to 30. So we want to test is a less than b. We also want to make sure b is greater than c. So we can do this by using the and function. So let's put this in brackets here. So we're testing if a is less than b and if c is, what did I say? b is greater than c, that was it. So what do we put in here? Well, we need to say and. We're going to put two and symbols like so. And a single and will do something slightly different, so make sure you have that double one in there. Again, this might look similar to the equals one that we used. It's because the single ampersand does something slightly different. I won't go into that now. So to compare stuff, we use the double and symbol. So this is pretty self-explanatory right here, but I'll explain to you how you should read it. This Boolean test, you should read this as Boolean test is equal to, is a less than b, and is b greater than c. So the and means if one of these is false, then it will return false. The only way that this will be equal to true is if both conditions are true. Well, let's take a look first of all before we print it out. I'm going to simply system out print line, and I'm going to say, if I can find the semicolon, there we go. I'm going to say test is equal to, and then I'm simply going to add on the value of test, and that's going to print out a true or false. So let's work it out before I hit the run button, just so we know. So a is less than b, 10 is less than 20, so this one returns true. And we also need to have the condition is b greater than c. 20 is not greater than 30, so this is going to return false. And because one of them is false and it's the and, that means that it's going to return false. So it should print out test is equal to false. Yep, there we go. If we change this b to 40, so both conditions are satisfied, we can see that it becomes equal to true. So what if we want to test both conditions, but only one of them needs to be true? In this case, we need to use the or function, and the or function looks something like this. It's these two vertical line symbols, and the way I get this on my keyboard, it might be different for you. You have to hold shift and then press the backslash, and that will get you this vertical pipe symbol. And this is the symbol used for or. So let me show you how you should read this now. So if a is less than b, or if b is greater than c. So what the or thing does is, the or operand, what it does is it's going to test both conditions to see if they're true or false, but only one of them needs to be true. One or both of them needs to be true. So if this was true and this was false, it would return true. If they were both true, it would return true. The only way it's going to come out false is if both of them are false. So let's see, this one is true, a is less than b currently. B is not greater than c, but because this one is true, it's going to come out true. So let's hit run, and you'll see that it comes out true. So we can combine these together, and you can have as many different ones as you want. I can't think of too many off the top of my head, but it's important and good practice to make sure, let me just add another one here. Let's say b plus a must be equal to, damn it, equal to c. There we go. So you can see you can formulate equations in a variety of ways, and it's important to use brackets correctly, because otherwise you may get mixed up with what condition you're testing. So for example, adding one bracket to a thing could change what it does drastically. So I'm going to show you an example now. This example here, because all the equations are in separate brackets, we're going to read this as if a is less than b and b is greater than c, or b plus a is equal to c. So in this case, a is less than b, so that's true. B isn't greater than C, so that's false. We're going to have the OR function. We have the OR one here now, which is B plus A, which is 30, is equal to C, and C is equal to 30. So this one is true. And because of the order in which we've written it, we've done this OR statement last. This one here, it's going to pair this up as, and it's going to act, this is going to act as 1, and this is going to act as 1, like so. So basically it's going to say, is A less than B? Yep. And check for this whole one here. So B is greater than C? Nope. But B plus A is equal to C, and because this bit's an OR function, it means it returns true. So it's kind of tricky to realize what order it's going to read them in. So in any case, you should probably, even if it does it automatically for you, you should probably add brackets around it. So I'm going to put brackets around this, because we want to test this as 1 against this one here. So this should come out as true. Yeah, and that's because, let me just quickly explain again. I know it might be confusing because we've got the multiple statements here. So we'll look at this double statement first. If we remember the OR, only one of them needs to be true. So one of these two here, these are the two we're testing. So B is greater than C, nope, that's false. But B plus A is equal to C, that's true. So this statement here is equal to true. Now we've figured out what this one is, we can AND it with this one. So A is less than B, that is true. And this whole one here, which we just figured out was true. So that will return true. If I change this very slightly, so say not equal to, so in which case both of these will come out false, that means that this is true, this whole one is false here because both of these are equal to false, and we're using the OR, which means, because it's an AND, both of them need to be true, which means that will come out false. So that was probably quite confusing. You might want to watch this tutorial again just to get some clarification. So in this tutorial we went over the AND and OR functions. We also learned a bit more about how we can control the way we lay out our Boolean. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.